Rarely do we see a summer of cricket this big. It's going to be nuts. I'm looking forward to it. G'day guys, I hope you're well and looking forward to the cricket summer ahead. I know I am. Some huge series ahead. Huge summer.
I always call it massive. Sometimes they say huge.
We've got the 5 test match Border-Gavaskar series. Going to be huge.
Huge!
And another highlight is the Australian women playing the English women in the test match at the MCG. The Combank Women's Test at the MCG from Jan 30, 2025 will be the first at the venue since 1948-49. The match will be the first day-night test at the MCG and a highlight of the multi-format Women's Ashes series as Alyssa Healy's world-beating team attempts to retain the trophy Australia has held since 2015. On the screen currently is a list of the 2024-25 Summer of International Cricket, highlighted by the Women's T20 International Series versus New Zealand, the ODI Series against India, and the Ashes ODI Series, along with the Ashes T20 Series, and then the Ashes Test match at the MCG for the women, and then the Men's ODI Series against Pakistan, the T20 series against Pakistan, and then the Test series against India. It's going to be big. Lots of international cricket. Very, very exciting. Let's get into some of the big talking points of the summer. The first one is who will open the batting. It is the most talked about question right now in Australian cricket, and it's a good one to ask. Australia have several candidates for this role. Marcus Harris, Renshaw, Cameron Bancroft, rising 19-year-old Sam Constas. Inglis is batting well. It's really hard to tell because no one is really putting their hand up for this position. I'm excited to see Smith go back to bat at number 4. I wasn't a huge fan of him opening that whole experiment. To me, it didn't make sense long term, especially because you have Khawaja at the other end who's also aging. And it brings questions of selectors and what they see in the next best openers. It felt like Warner went on for maybe longer than he should have. Could that have been an opportunity to give someone else a go so that we wouldn't be in this position where we are right now? So the big question is, can someone seize the opportunity in the next few weeks in the Shield games? And will someone put their hand up? Who do you think should open? Let me know in the comments below. Another big thing what David Warner cheekily said in the media is that he's happy to return if they don't have anyone to open the batting, and the answer, David.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
The answer, David, is no. You're retired, mate. Continuing with the theme of youth, how is Australia's next cricket generation shaping up? With Stark, Hazelwood and Lyon all well into their 30s, who will step up and grab the bowling spot in the next few years? Apart from Cam Green, the youngest in the current Test side is Marnus Labuschagne, who is 30. The Aussie Test team is ageing and it just feels like we need to start looking at the new generation. Names like Fraser McGurk, Lance Morris, Xavier Bartlett, Spencer Johnson, Sam Constas, Aaron Hardy, to name a few, feel like the big names to watch this summer. And Cameron Green is out for the summer. The Great Cricketer podcast said it perfectly when they said that when people are talking about who is in and out of the Aussie Test team, it's missed that Green is such a huge out. Especially when talking about loads, they said. To take some pressure off the main bowlers, he is huge. The Australian women have a big summer. After their early exit from the World Cup, how will they respond? They have international games against New Zealand, India, and the big Ashes rivalry against England. Alyssa Healy was, and I quote, bloody sore, but she was questioning whether she made the right decision in not playing against that semi-final loss against South Africa. Would Australia have won that game and then continued their defence of making it 4 titles in a row? Who knows? It's hypothetical. I, for one, am very excited to watch the Aussie girls this summer, specifically that test at the G. Another big question is, what should they name the one-day domestic series in Australia? The 3 names that were shortlisted was Dean Jones, Andrew Simons and Michael Bevan. I personally think it should be the Dean Jones Cup with like a Michael Bevan medal awarded to the best on ground in the final or the best player of the series. But let me know what you think in the comments below. The Border-Gavaskar series, it's going to be unbelievable. India just got destroyed by New Zealand, but it's still India's strongest team for a long time. coming down to Australia. Big games, big pressure. And it's going to be a very interesting series. They have fresh blood, and our old Aussie boys, they can't seem to score a run, bar Alex Carey in the Shield games early on to start the summer. It's funny because with the teams coming down under this summer, it feels like I'll be going for Australia for the entire summer, which I miss because when teams like Pakistan and the West Indies come down, I almost go for them and for the upset because otherwise it can get a bit boring with the dominance of the Aussie team. So I'm looking forward to going for Australia and really getting into it this summer, celebrating every single run and every single wicket. It's going to be a very interesting summer, plenty of games. Get down to a few of them. Go Aussies. Hope you guys enjoy the summer.